Let me in. Well, I started the encoder. Thank you, live stream. Could you start like showing me stuff? I'm live for like 5 minutes. Oh, it's like it's continuing it. What? What's happening here?
Oh, now it says you're live. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am
Can you
alive.
hear us now?
I hope you can hear us.
That's going to be on a tote bag one day.
I hope you can hear us.
Can you hear us? Because the number one tech issue that we all have.
People,
Can
can
you
you
hear us now?
hear me?
we're just over here singing. We're making it up as we go.
I love making up songs. Making up songs is like the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Next to
It definitely makes the day go faster.
next to sliced bread. And why is this brush not working so well? This guy has weird I don't know if I'm having fun with this guy. He has like 50 million wrinkles around his eyes.
Are you just drawing now?
Yeah, I'm right. I'm drawing, but it's like it's kind of weird. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see if it actually. It's not showing up on my stream here. I don't know what happened.
It how are you linking into the inside of your YouTube? Are you like connecting? This happened to me, and it was like it was when we did Spooky Stories, and it was like the first festival that we hosted online, but it was like for whatever reason it had it had detached from the YouTube that we had connected it to originally, and then it just was not going live properly, and it just caused so many last minute issues that we did not see coming, and because we've never had that problem before, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's never fun.
I've got a thumbs up. They're telling me. I think they're saying they can hear us. We can't tell.
We can't. You draw.
We can't tell.
We can't. You draw.
But people are drawing. Looks like people are drawing.
Okay, let me get rid of some image captures that we have here, and including this one, and see if we can start. No, that's us. No, that's me. There it is.
Okay, yeah, there looks like we can hear. Okay, people are talking to us through YouTube. Oh, thanks, Molly.
I love the internet and computer machines.
I think we're good. I think we're
okay. So now it looks like the warning: stream's current bitrate is poo 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 poo. But okay, so
I think we're live. I think we did it. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you, Jose. I just want you to do
we can
that
see and hear.
great.
Now we can see and hear. Yay!
We did it.
We did it. Okay, I don't like this drawing, so I'm gonna go bye bye poo poo. So this is the thing. I would like to actually see everybody's drawing at one point, but I know that people are just coming in. Okay, so today we have Lindsay Noller from Eat Your Peas. You are not on video though, but I can try to make it.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I can make. I can somehow make it.
Eat your peas.
Let me see. Can we make it? Can we make? Not that guy. That guy's weird. I was talking about myself. Oh, look at this, Lindsay. Wait,
am I in it?
Can I do that?
I can't.
Can I do that? Can I do that? No. Can I do?
I look like I have a goose egg. What is going on here? What is this?
Oh, je ne sais pas, mon ami.
I look like a...
Let me see. Can I actually do this? Yes, I can. I can put you in the corner at the bottom. That's us. This is us. Right now.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
This is us in the corner. But...
yeah, that works.
All right. Okay, we'll get this working eventually. Welcome.
I can't actually watch the live stream, so it's probably for the best.
Okay,
I just know that you guys are live.
Yeah, but this is the thing I wanna say about Lindsay. I have some questions. I have some questions for you, madam. First of all, she says, "Eat your peas. Eat your peas. Please tell me, what inspired to create Eat Your Peas, and what problem did you see out there and you were trying to solve?" While you do that, I'm gonna go technical stuff. All right, please.
More than not wanting to eat vegetables. I think that because believe it or not, I have a lot of friends that never ate vegetables while we worked together, vegetable adverse. But in all honesty, I was inspired by the pandemic.
Good old pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic. I had already kind of like, through working from Toon Boom, I was really inspired by all of the different ways people were starting businesses, and it was really interesting. And it was just really inspiring to see how things were getting done in other parts of the world. And then when the pandemic hit, it was very obvious that things were going to change. And I worked for Toon Boom for a year, and then I left and went back to the animation industry and started working with the interns at Atomic Cartoons. And there was a couple interns that shout out Kathy. But it was obvious that their relationship to work was going to be really different than our relationship to the work was. And so Eat Your Peas is really like a byproduct of finding, how do we bring the silliness to a studio environment that's online? And like, how do we teach that? Because that's the one thing that we miss. I think that we all miss that the most, going to a studio and looking over everybody's shoulders.
Yeah. And there was a lot of stuff that was kind of like, a lot of things changed over the pandemic that we kind of take for granted now. We probably don't think about it.
Yeah.
But was there a moment that you realized, though, that this needed to exist? What was the point where you were like, whoa, this needs to happen?
Well, that was with the moment where it needed, it's been such a slow process of like figuring it out, what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because we had to go through the pandemic to like get to the side of what the pandemic did, and the work from home, like what work from home meant to people, and like what that was going to be. And so I don't know if there was a moment but it very slowly revealed itself through collaboration, through a lot of teamwork. I've been pushing this project very solo, but there's so many people that have helped along the way and offered guidance, offered tips, offered their perspectives.
You've had a lot of love, which is
there's a lot of love behind this project, and a lot of trust.
Well,
lots of trust behind this project,
and I think a lot of people see this as something like of a necessity that needs to happen at this point.
I think so. I think that's starting to become more apparent. But I want to throw it back to like working with the interns, because what we did was like, I could see that they needed help with what it was that they were doing. And because they're not and as a supervisor, you're so used to sitting with your team, answering questions on the fly while you're working. So we just sat in an open, like a Zoom call, or like a some sort of chat feature, like a meeting, like a Google Hangout thing.
Yeah.
And I think we just left the cameras on and worked. And so every once in a while, someone would say something, ask a question, and I'd look over, they'd share their screen and help them through a problem.
Yeah.
But I think that availability for long stretches of time were, I think, what really inspired the Eat Your Peas project. But you can't just have access to people like that, like, I think that's the problem with mentorship. It's very difficult to have that kind of access because people are working and people have kids and people have all these other things that they have to do. So the accessibility is very difficult. But like, what if we created a space where that accessibility was like the forefront?
Yeah.
And that's where we're at now. Yeah.
No, that's good. So what do you think were the biggest challenges trying to get this off the ground? Like, obviously this is a great idea, but one of the things is like, what is the hardest thing?
I think it was, we spend a lot of time talking to people who are developing ideas, and when you're in the stage of developing ideas, Pixar's book by Ed Catmull describes it as the ugly baby phase.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's gonna tell you that your
Nobody likes
baby
the
is
ugly
ugly.
baby.
Yeah, nobody's gonna tell you that your baby's ugly. In the ugly baby phase, and I think that it took a while for other people to understand what we were building, um, and I still think people are still struggling to see it.
Right.
It's definitely an abstract thought. I still think that it's a little bit abstract, even though it's becoming more and more real. We're getting closer to opening the doors, but yeah, I think getting people to really understand your vision and learning how to communicate it and talk about it so that other people can walk away going, that's neat, that's cool. I honestly think that has only started to happen in this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I think that would be the hardest. Yeah.
So tell me, how did we just went to Taffy? Was it 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling? Do you feeling energized from all the feedback while we were, going through the floor and doing your pitches and everything? How did you feel after? Like
tired, but like inspired.
Tired and inspired.
Yeah, tired and inspired. I came away with no voice. I spoke so much, I had no voice when I came home. And then I just felt like there were so many independent creators that was so inspiring to me in one roof. And I don't know, like at OEAF, it does that as well. But the size of Taffy was so perfect, where it was like there was a ton of people, but it was almost like everybody. It felt like everybody was a creator. There was a lot of students there. There were a lot of volunteers.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
But it really felt like the ratio of creators to student was kind of insane. And so I think that was probably the best part of Taffy was really being in the same space with all of these artists that are doing all this hard work and like actually doing. Everybody's kind of saying like independent animation's coming up, and that these people have been focused on independent animation the whole time.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you can see the work behind them, and that to me is so inspiring to know that other people just kept their head down and did the work, because that's how I feel. I spent the pandemic. I'm only like bringing my head up for air now. I've worked so hard on this for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I can see that in other people. So it's really exciting to kind of stick your head out like a gopher. And who else is here?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
There's others.
Mm-hmm. Am I missing questions here? Let's take a look. Yes, Brush Molly. The brushes are something else in this program. I think it's because when you zoom in, if you have a brush size, like it will change it. So I'm struggling with that issue right now. Tugboat Williams. Taffy was incredible.
Yeah, Taffy was.
God, I got to go. It was my first time there.
We got some people here.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's pull out.
I can't see the chat in the live stream, but
you can. You can pop it on
Molly
the side.
Here. Molly was a huge help at Taffy. Rose here. He was huge. He was actually a volunteer. He was a staffy.
Who is this? Sorry.
Rose here. He's a staffy.
Okay.
He was a staffy.
Hi, Ro. Right on. I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see people coming in, and it says, wait, what does it say? How many people? 5 people are fighting. Whoa, 5 people! Yeah!
Yeah.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. No, it takes time. It takes time to build this stuff. And that's where you're putting all the hard work. And that's why it's important to put in the hard work, because if we get up now, we are we're trying to empower all creatives that we're not, even though the industry is changing, um, doesn't mean we have to be left out or anything. There's tons of
Yeah,
stuff that we can do.
it kind of feels like the industry's changing, but maybe the industry's changed, like maybe now we're about to reveal itself, or like now it's about to reveal itself and what that means. It certainly feels like everybody is on the same page, that like there's going to be a whole bunch more independent studios, smaller projects.
Yeah.
I think what I learned about like talking to the Claynosaurus guys was really inspiring, because they were really showing us the path of start small, put your stuff out online.
Yeah.
Get good at talking to your audience, get good at delivering something regularly so that they understand, and that the algorithm starts to pick you up more. The algorithm really likes consistency. Machines like consistency. That's a good tip for people out there. And yeah, I think everybody is kind of on the same page now, where we're all in agreement that creators really have to.
Pardon me.
To me, I think they have to get together and work together. I think that's what E2Ps is a big proponent of, that is kind of getting all these individuals on the same page, so that there's a lot more shared workflows instead of everybody's figuring it out for themselves. Like, I think that's going to be the hardest part. The next hardest part is like getting people to believe that, you don't have to do, like, you can work on your project alone and you can have your own studio, but you don't have to do everything yourself. And a lot of that technology, like that's what we do. The E2Ps rigging team is by far the best in the world. And, say that very confidently, knowing who's on it and who's behind the wheel. But that stuff does not need to be tinkered with. Like, we've kind of got this system that is perfect for the animation industry, and if it works for the big studios, it will absolutely work for the independent studios. So we've got that pipeline, and that's what we really want to share. We want to train people on it, share it with people, and then they can bring it to their projects, and then people that are trained to the E2P system can really help each other out. While they've got licenses and while they've got access to things, and all they need is the connections and the networks, and that's the goal.
So Molly has an excellent question. Like, what do you think the industry will look like in 5 to 10 years from now?
Oh my gosh,
that's an excellent question.
That is good. I don't know. I know what I want it to look like.
What do you want it to look like? I can tell you what I want it to look like.
I want the P's to be in 5 years, it'd be really cool to be able to watch a couple episodes made by all our students on YouTube, and then see what they take those skills and turn them into their own studios with. Or maybe, but I think that's it. Like, we're going to see a lot more. I think there's going to be a lot more diversity and creativity. I think that's been held back a little bit, and you got AI. AI is going to put out stuff that looks kind of the same.
Adobe Illustrator.
Pardon?
Adobe Illustrator AI? Is that what you're talking about?
Adobe Illustrator AI, yeah.
That forever has sullied that name, though. It's like, damn it. No, I mean...
That's true.
Artificial AGI. Maybe AGI would be a better wording as artificial general intelligence. I don't know. Honestly, it's pretty stupid. It's not that intelligent, but makes people think it is. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I think people will always be smarter. Then like we'll always be on the outside looking at it, and so that's automatically going to give us a perspective that will be different. And I think that's what we're going to see. I don't know. I love that. When I was working for Toon Boom, this is a good example. When I was working for Toon Boom, I would get to travel to all these countries and see the projects that they were working on. And, we come back to North America, you don't have access to these shows. You don't have access to these cartoons.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing it with anime and Korean animation. And we're seeing these trends from other countries that are dominating people's interests, because all of a sudden we're seeing things that aren't necessarily what we're used to.
Yep.
And that's attractive. I think that's really attractive in cartoons and animation. And I just think we're at the tip of that our iceberg right now.
Yeah.
And so for me, like good storytelling comes from diversity. It comes from
What do you mean by
inclusion.
diversity exactly?
Yeah. Well, like different countries have different ways of telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
different cultures.
There's. I'm not an expert in storytelling, but from what I've been talking to one of our storyboard artists, who I would say is very well versed in, and any script writer also will know like the origins of stories. But there's a very North American way of telling stories, but then you can go back and you can take that back to like the Grecian way of telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
And the Roman way of telling stories,
Mm-hmm.
and those are just different. And those are like the very dominant ways. But then you have like Indian traditions, and then you've got all these other culturals. Like that's what I was saying, like the Korean animation explosion that's happening right now with the K-pop hunters. I was going to say Huntrix, Huntrix movie, K-pop hunters. Demon Hunters, but I just think we're at the tip of the iceberg there. Like, we love what's the Song of the Sea, Cartoon Saloon. We love Cartoon Saloon. That comes from Irish folklore. Mexico, I think, is having a moment.
It's Mexico.
If I'm saying that right, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. I like Canada had a really great one, but it wasn't a cartoon. It was a heated rivalry. You know, and I just think that there's creative. So much.
It's a creative endeavor. Like it's definitely, there's a lot of indie stuff. I don't know if they were necessarily indie. Kind of, they started with Shoresy, or what's the name? What's the name of that show that they did? I'm terrible at this name.
Shoresy?
No, Shoresy is one of the characters, I think. Anyways, doesn't matter. They started like doing the TV show, and then they grew up, and then now they have that heated rivalry. Is that the name of it?
Is that is that the byproduct? I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but I did watch heated rivalry, and it was, and the whole time I was just thinking, only Canada can tell the story.
Yeah, it's like Canada. Super, you know.
It was great. It was absolutely. I like to, like, when I watch stories very differently now. I'm really only interested in the first and last episodes of TV.
Yeah.
Like for most because I can't watch everything, but I do love to watch things, and I love to imagine the story arc, and I will watch an entire season if something's really got my attention.
Yeah.
But typically I only watch the first and the last, and maybe I'll go in and like spot check an episode or two.
Yeah.
But I really love to know what that whole character arc is, and like the storyline. And yeah, Heated Rivalry did it so well. So I'm pretty excited to see what the next season is going to be on that one.
Nice, Molly. Drawing. Well, the show that I was thinking on, it's called, it is called Shoresy, but before that it was Shoresy, and then they did Letterkenny.
Oh, Letterkenny, yeah, I know Letterkenny.
And then they did, like, Letterkenny's friggin' hilarious. It's so Canadian in its way of execution, as it should be. But anyways.
Yeah, Canadian content's definitely having a moment, and I really hope that I really hope our animation also gets to see that side. I think that there's a lot of incredible Canadian storytellers right now that I'm still kind of learning about through going to festivals. Like, it's so hard to keep track of everybody, but you go to a festival, you see it.
It is hard, but it's like, and this is happy to see a lot of content though. I'm just happy to see Canadian content for one, and it's very unique. Canadian content is very unique that way. I mean, who else can create rock and roll? Do you remember that movie, Rock and Roll?
Rock and Roll?
Yeah, Nelvana.
That sounds familiar.
May they rest in peace.
Was it the Rooster?
What?
Was it with the Rooster?
No, that's with. You have to look this up. Oh, it's so good. Like, it's Canadian history, I think. to watch Rock and Roll. It's a movie in the '80s, and it was Debbie Harry did the voice for the singer. It's pretty well done.
Blondie.
Blondie. You know, I had a crush on her when I lived in Miami. I was a teenager.
Who
and I
didn't?
had the biggest crush on Debbie Harry, and I'm like, oh my god,
Debbie Harry is
da
a little
bomb.
hottie.
Yeah,
She still
is.
incredible.
She
She
still
still
is.
looks incredible.
How
Okay.
dare she? How dare
Yeah.
she? You should write her a letter. It's like, how dare you still look amazing? I'm offended by her hotness.
Molly's got a wonderful short going on that I
Yeah.
really think is really cool. That it's been like since
Oh,
speaking with her at
wait.
Taffy.
Yeah,
Hmm?
go on. I have the thing.
Oh, do you have her thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Give her a shout out. I've got mine behind me. Actually, I have it right here. I don't even have to go. It's in my envelope. I have it right here. Boom.
Boom. And then I'm going to show the
Yeah.
back. I'm going to show the back. Take a picture,
Yeah.
everybody. Boom. If you can get it,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Gertrude.
It's going to be fun.
This I'm really excited about. I think that old ladies are going to be trending soon.
Yeah.
It's our time.
It's your
We're going to be old. We're going to be cranky, and I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
We got another one here.
Are you going to be the next
Maybe.
generation to be telling kids to get off your lawn?
Get off my lawn. Yeah, probably. I spent my whole weekend mowing a lawn this weekend. So
Did
yeah,
you?
that could actually be me. That could be very accurate.
Oh my god, I cannot
Um,
wait. I cannot wait to see.
But I don't know. Like I just love I love what Molly's doing, and she's
no,
she's
doing a
gonna
great
stay
job.
true to French Canadian culture, and
Yeah.
someone that came from Montreal, I totally understand and support that. So
She's putting a lot
I
of
think
love
that'll be
into it,
cool.
and you
Mhm.
can tell. You need to put a lot of love into the stuff you're doing. This is the thing that.
Yeah,
This
you
is
have
the
to
very
really-
thing that
really throw
AI
yourself
cannot
at it.
do.
say that again.
This is the very thing that AI cannot do.
What throw
Just
themselves
put a
at
lot of
a
love,
project?
love
Yeah,
into your.
yeah.
There's no soul in it. Oh man, this drawing is. You know what? I'm hating it. I'm hating this drawing so much.
You guys
You
are
know
doing
what?
great. I
I'm
can't.
gonna,
I couldn't
I'm gonna
keep up.
fart blast it. Move on to the next one. Gotta get rid of all the poopy drawings. I'm not having an amazing drawing day today, which is fine.
You're also feeling. You were feeling sick. You were getting over a cold.
Well,
so you
yeah,
can-
like yesterday I was. You know what? I don't think it's a cold. It's actually allergies, because
Mhm.
like there's you can feel the difference, but it was really bad the first night. My throat was so sore, and I'm like, what the hell's happening? And then I was like, oh, it's just stupid allergies, and everybody's going through it at work, so it's like great. But anyways,
Yeah. Allergies got worse after COVID too. Apparently,
Possibly.
COVID activates your histamines, which kind of
Stupid
breaks down your
histamines.
resistance to allergies. If I'm correct. That's like something that I noticed. 'Cause I
Yeah.
have to take allergy meds on
Oh really?
almost an every other day basis. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of allergies. I don't want it anymore. I want to enjoy the summer and all the cats in my face and all the
Oh,
horses in
fresh
my face.
grass.
Fresh grass.
Yeah.
Fresh grass.
Pollen.
Fresh pollen right into my face in nasal
Yeah.
cavities.
Bumblebees.
Just the way I like it.
Shaking their butts. Put
And
that
if I'm
pollen right up your nose.
and if I'm lucky, I won't get stung by a like not a bee but a hornet, just like I did last year. That was not fun.
No, that would be awful.
That was
That'd be
pretty. I hated it. I would like a refund. But yeah, what other questions do we have? Let me see. Quebecois, yeah, thank you, of course. Buffing pollen. Okay, yeah. There's a new. Yeah, dude, the Clinosaurus guys were really awesome.
Yeah.
And they planned a lot of. There's a lot of planning on all this stuff that they're doing, you know, and it's paying off. And I say good for them because they're super nice.
Mhm.
Also, they're
Mhm.
super nice dudes, and I appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah, they worked backwards.
Yeah.
They from us. Like mentally,
Yes.
their business plan was backwards from my business plan.
And what?
They started small because they're an animator. This is how you have to challenge. This is how you problem solve. I am not an animator. I am hard. I am not a. I'm not going to say I'm not creative, but I'm a technical creative person, not
So
a
creative.
artistic. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I'm like a paper cutout kind of gal with stickers.
Stickers.
But I can't draw and I
Started.
can't animate, and so I had to really work around my own skills, which was systems designing. So
Right.
not really something that you can put in social media. Um, but those guys were able to go to social media first, and they just started. They built a character, they built a world, they just started to pump out little gifts. It's such a perfect on ramping
Yeah.
system for people to start thinking small and to put out their artwork. Um, so much sooner. You know, you can really test these things, and then one day you're gonna know which character everybody loves. You know, like this character, we just knew right away. We were tested a bunch of things, but then when we got to this little P, we were like, "That's it. That's the perfect little character uh, to get people to learn this craft." So that's we built a show around this like this little P because we knew that we'd be working with younger artists and students that like had to wrap their head around the process still. So we want the process, but we wanted the easiest process possible. We want that easy peasy feeling for productions. And now that we've built this whole world, like 4 years later, now we can get people to experience what it's like to make a GIF, and to make something that can go online, but together, which would be really cool. But that's how Claytosaurus started. They just started to create these little worlds and create these GIFs, and they were able to
monetize it eventually.
get that audience, get that interest, and then that's how they started their studio. That's like so inspiring to me. And now they're at the part where they're making cartoons, they're making episodes. But it took them 4 years to get to episodes as well.
Yeah.
So. Mm-hmm.
And going back into it, it is yeah. Cartoon Recruit says thinking of masks and cutters. Oh yeah, good times. Good times.
We got Mike here.
Yeah, is that who Cartoon Recruit is?
Yeah.
Mike, which Mike? Mike
Schneer.
Mike Schneer. Okay, I think I met you.
From yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because everybody has a different name on YouTube.
I know.
Or whatever.
Yeah, once you start to go online, you have to learn twice as many names.
Yeah, it's like you are this person and you are
so
this
cool.
other person.
We had a couple people from Taffy that walked up to, like, every time I go to a festival now, somebody says hi from the Discord server, and it's so exciting to see how that's catching on and getting people to join. And it's so much
super fun. Super fun. I'm like looking forward to
it. This was your first festival, so you're just like, hello, we're here, but like you'll get to the next one and then people will say, hi, I'm on your server, and it's so fun. You gotta get photos.
Yep. I'm looking forward to next year. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of. I'm trying to look. Sorry, I'm thinking and looking. And like, do I want to draw these people or not? I don't know if everybody can see. But like, there's some people.
Did you have more questions from the pre-list that you? I think you did. No.
Beady. Oh, I think I asked you all the questions.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we went through it pretty quick because we were doing technical stuff.
Efficient.
And then
efficient
as F. Yeah. I almost said the word.
All right, go.
Well, either way, we have like 12 minutes. We can talk about a bit more about like how you're planning to. One, actually, I do want to make one comment about like being creators out there right now. The animation platform is also here to support. Like we wanna make sure that we're supporting artists there's a lot of people in the community right now, and it was great meeting a lot more at Taffy that joined us. So thank you and welcome. I want to make sure that you guys ask the questions because right now we're living in a time that's so uncertain for the future, and we don't know how to most people don't know how to navigate it. But might as well, we should support each other and help navigate all this crap because not one person's gonna figure it out, but I can tell you definitely.
I think together. Yeah, I mean, let's revisit this point because I think it's really important. No animation studio runs on one person, and yet we all feel the need to do it all. And once you find people that have the skills that complement yours, that's how you guys get to move farther and faster. When you are carrying every single department on your shoulders, it is, and like I've done this for 4 years. I am only just starting to rely on the help of other people in such bigger ways right now. In the anticipation of our launch, so it's very easy to feel like you have to do it all, and it's just not the case.
You're not alone.
Share the load.
Not alone. And I agree. Like it's you gotta share the load. And right now, there's a lot of people that are scared about what's gonna happen. Don't be scared. We're all here together. Just come and ask questions. Like some of you are coming out of school and you're like, oh my F. I'm gonna say the word holy fuck. Oh yeah, we just totally went into the adult. It's already.
We can't be for kids now.
It's already
We're PG
not
over
for
here.
Kids. It's already not for kids. But what the fuck do we do now? And the thing is, you're coming out of school and you're scared. Like, am I gonna get a job? Well, yeah, there's still shows being created. They still need talent.
Students are very much getting hired. It's really about focusing on getting that portfolio and applying and being persistent. I think the persistence is something that maybe students struggle with. Being able to be so confident. When I talk to students, they're always like, I don't really want to put anything on my demo reel. It's not good enough. But you have to put it on your demo reel and you have to apply. And then the goal is to create more artwork to replace the old stuff.
And also, how long can you go saying I'm not good enough? You can go through 50 years.
You can go your whole life.
Your whole life. Well, I'm not good enough.
I hope you don't. That's the whole point. I hope that you don't. I hope nobody does. Yeah.
No, and please don't. I hate to see some people that would think that way, but don't. Come and talk to us. Like, there are options.
Yeah.
Because you also.
I think that's the whole. Yeah, that's like the nice part about working with professionals. Like, we're always gonna be able to spot what you can do better, but we can also spot what's going well, and that's something that the animation industry tends to ignore. Mm-hmm. Because it's just an easier note, and but that's something that the animation industry probably needs to work on as well, pointing out what's going well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things will change. Like, it's gonna change for the better, I think, in a lot of ways. But also, gotta remember, we are the ones that make these shows happen. Not, it's not a one-person job. We make it happen together. And the more together we get, the more, the closer we are to each other, supporting each other as artists, the better we're gonna be in the end. We all bring something different to the table. We always have to remember this. Not just one person. But without us, really, studios have nothing. So always remember that. So, and also train up, like level up your skills. That's where you have Eat Your Piece. You can level up through there. We are here, the animation platforms here for actually helping you get information, get connected, because it's also about who you know.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things.
And in the spirit of taking care of yourself as an artist, can you show the thing that's on your pen and what that is? Can you talk a little bit about that?
This thing right here.
I love to talk about artist wellness Yeah. What to ergo? Yeah,
This is an
ergonomics. Yeah.
ergo
Can you
pudgy
tell us
thing.
about that?
So
That's cool.
this one I actually got it a long time ago, ages ago, and I have a problem. I am about to be 53 years old. My hand is not the same, or not the same they used to be. I've been doing this for almost 3 decades. It hurts. So take care of
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
You have no
Stretch,
idea.
stretch.
Take a deep breath.
That's one of the biggest things. Stretch before you draw, after you draw, when you wake up, when you go to the bathroom. Do every, like, just stretch. That's one of the biggest things um, that you need to consider when you're taking care of your body. Um, Also, we spend a lot of time sitting. Nowadays, we are blessed with stand up desks
Mm-hmm.
that you can have if you need to. And I think they're very important to use if like, if you can afford one. Um, those are two very important things: table, good table, a stand up desk, and a good chair.
Yep.
And sometimes, especially working from home now, we got an option to, save up and get. Some of them are almost $1,000, but they're totally worth it because in your lifetime, your body's gonna appreciate it. Okay, going back to this thing right here. What's great is that because I have giant gorilla hands, um, these things are tiny for me.
Oh yeah.
And so I need to have more of a girthy kind of grab. Sounds terrible. I need a girthy grab for my pen.
I understood.
You have just been canceled.
But I just have my pen in a P. This was a friend made us these little pen holders.
That's pretty awesome.
I rarely use my Cintiq anymore. It's very rare.
Oh,
But I saw that and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. That would be so much helpful.
It is. And
these are the tips that these are like the tips you only learn when you're in a studio, because all of a sudden you're like, hey, I remember seeing my first pair of yellow glasses to help with screen resolution and like the blue light. It fixes the blue lights into your eyes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing those for the first time and asking about it, and all of a sudden I had my own pair of anti what's the word?
Blue
fatigue.
Yeah,
anti-eye fatigue.
I'm actually
lenses.
Next prescription. I'm actually getting those ones in. I want to see I don't want people to see just me drawing. Goddamn. There you go. Oh, look at this. These are funny.
I don't know who wrote that, but that's funny.
That's Molly. What?
No, that wasn't Molly. I saw the name. It was like Aura. Somebody came in and drew that. Yeah, pretty funny.
Nice. Okay, so Molly's asking, would love to hear why animation is important for you, or why is it important to have animation in our society? Deep philosophical question. That is deep.
Yeah.
That is deeper than. Anyways, go on.
Who's answering that?
Do you wanna take a stab, or you want me to take a stab?
I could take a stab. I mean, why do I think animation is important?
Yeah.
I think it's like an incredible craft. It's a fine art form. I have a fine art degree, so I can say that. Storytelling in general, and then creating a world visually around that story, I think is a very fine art form. But I think why it's important is because there's something about cartoons and cartoon characters that can tell stories that people might not be ready to hear. And I think that's sometimes why Pixar does such a good job at making movies. Like they can tackle difficult subjects. They can tackle difficult themes.
But not just them. Anybody can. Anybody can. They just
not just Pixar, of course.
Yeah.
But that's like traditionally, historically, they have always been the leaders in the animation race, and I think that's kind of why that it became popular. But now you can see that their stories are coming from all over the place, and I'm trying to think of like what K-Pops was. K-Pops was like a really like the theme of that one was interior it felt like an interior self-esteem kind of theme.
Believe in yourself.
That was lovely. Yeah. Who doesn't who can't be affected by that, you know?
Yeah.
BoJack Horseman was really good. I remember watching that. There was like generational trauma and addiction. That was such a good series. the whole thing. Oh,
Yeah.
Siri just.
Wait, what?
No, Siri.
Hi, you talking to Siri?
No,
Listen,
it just heard me.
Siri.
It thought I said that. Yeah.
Get out of here, Siri.
Yeah. What do you
Oh.
think, Jose? What do you think?
I think why is it
about
important?
animation?
It's important because it actually. Okay, this is why I fell in love with animation. You can do absolutely anything you want with it.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Yeah.
There's things that you could tap into that could be very emotional, which is very difficult sometimes to capture on in film. It can be done, but I think in a production when you're making a film, it's a bit like you're playing with the artist. For example, if it's an artist trying to, or an actor, I should say, trying to be emoting something different. If you're a director, you can say, "I want you to act like this," but now you're acting like it's the actors who's emoting all these things. But in animation, you have a director can be very specific with an emotion, with an actual movement. You can actually control that movement to a pixel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so accurate, so surgical, and that's why I think it could be very impactful. I watch films like Satoshi Kon's, films where he can put emotion into it, and you could say, yeah, I could have done that in live action. I'm like, yeah, you could, but you didn't. And then you got all these people copying his films ever since. So yeah, there's things that animation can that you can't really do on film a lot of the times because of restriction. Now it's easier because you have the AI slop coming in, but I really believe that animation will just continue living because it's part of the animator's soul that you kind of transferring into not paper anymore but digitally now, and from one end to the other. And like you're saying, Pixar does it really well because they have artists that love the craft. And it's like that sequence, that 10-minute sequence at in Up, when he with his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
And we're all
that took
bawling our eyes out in the theater.
I think it took over a year to do, if I remember correctly. He was at the Ottawa Festival. They came here and they were talking. Ronnie Little Carmen, I think, came over and was talking about it. And I was like, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You got Arnold coming to. I don't know why I did Arnold there, but I must be getting tired. Hey, we're hitting 8 o'clock. This has been a lot of fun and kind of funny.
Bedtime.
Not quite, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing this stuff. And I love these drawings, Molly. Thank you for joining us.
I have to take a video and I'll put I'll link. I'll put it on our Instagram.
Look at my screen. Look at my holy fuck.
My screen is very dusty. Before I do that, which one?
On our screen, I'm just being an idiot. I promise it's on. Oh, who's controlling it? Oh, it's me. What a dork. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm sure Lindsay will come and join us at another time, and whenever she has time, and we'll come back next week. Sonia should be back. We're gonna have a lot of exciting things coming up in the next few weeks. We're gonna have more podcasts. We're gonna have more draw jams, more philosophical questions, as by Molly 5643. And so you better come up with one, Molly, next week. In today's philosophical question.
Before you go, I do want to say I took a little video, but I had to omit the one on the bottom, but I want you to know that I didn't want to.
That's okay.
But I am, just because we keep it PG. But
I guess I can keep it PG. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's we'll have our everything more accurate next time because I had a little bit of technical problems at the beginning, but we will get there. Everything takes time, just like the Clinosaurus guys. It took them a while, but we'll get there.
4 years. Well, I don't know, but they're at 4 years now. But they definitely.
Yeah.
Having an audience is propulsive.
It is.
That's a word. Yeah.
Propulsive. Explain propulsive.
It's the P word of the day.
The P word for today is propulsive by Lindsay.
And platform. for the intermission phone call. Also, thank you.
I gotta record you saying that. Yeah,
It is. Well, you got it on the YouTubes. So
thank you, everyone. We'll see you next
Anytime.
week. Good night.